Now the downstream.
¿Cómo vamos a hacer aquí? Empezamos así. ¿Aquí en medio?
Canelo, Eddie mentioned that the first time he saw you, you were 13, 14, and you sparred a 17-year-old. What do you remember about that experience, and what did it tell you about actually doing this as for a living?
When I go into the gym with Eddie, you mean?
Right, the first time.
Yeah.
He said the first time he saw you, you sparred like a 17-year-old. You were like 13, 14 or something like
13,
that.
yeah, 13 years old. And it just was amazing for me being in the gym with Chepo and Eddie. And I'm so excited to be in for the first time in a boxing gym. And that was for me like this is what I want to be, like a boxer, and that there start my dream.
So you realized then that, or when was it that you start kind of realizing that you could become?
When I into pro, I say I want to be a champion, and I have. There are a champion in Chololo Larios, and I saw him. I watched him how they train Chololo, and I said I want to be a champion. I want to be a champion one day. So, and
Here you are.
Canelo, do you feel you got one of the greatest defenses in boxing history?
I don't know.
And
Maybe.
Canelo, how do you compare Bivol to Caleb Plant?
It's different. Caleb Plant is a really skilled fighter, and Bivol is a really skilled fighter, good footwork, but he's strong and he's smart too. So he's a hard fighter.
You think you'll stop him?
Could be. Why not? In boxing, anything can happen.
Saul, what do you think is the trickiest thing that Bivol has?
He have everything. He's strong. He have a really good jab. He have a really good footwork, and he have everything. He's a smart fighter too.
Is there one thing though that sticks out that you think like?
But I don't know. I need to see Saturday.
Canelo, when you were 154, you would move around more, sometimes box, sometimes go forward. But since the second Golovkin fight, you always come forward in these fights. Why is that? What did you find out?
I just do what I need to do, right? That worked for me in the last fights. So maybe if one day I need to move a little bit, I can do it too. But that worked for me in the past fight.
It was actually Sugar Ray Robinson's birthday yesterday. You know, he created Pound for Pound. Any thoughts on him and carrying, you know, the legacy forward of Pound for Pound and what it means?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I watched like 2 or 3 fights from Sugar Ray Robinson, and he was a really good fighter. And I'm really happy to be one of the things he made for boxing, right? Pound for pound.
So where does the challenge of Dmitry Bivol rank in your career so far?
Like I say, he's a really good fighter. For me, it's a really good challenge because he's, for me, the best 175 and is a solid champion. He's a really good boxer, and it's a challenge for me.
So we know how much you love to challenge yourself. We saw Eddie Hearn's comments. You said you'd move up to 1 pound over the cruiserweight limit to face Alexander Usyk. And I've seen Alexander Usyk's manager said that he dropped back down to cruiserweight to face you. Spoke to Eddie Reynoso. He wasn't too keen on the fight, but is it something you're genuinely interested in?
A lot of things say, right, and like as a fighter, I don't care. I fight whoever, anybody, but freeze is freeze, right? I have this fight in front, but like I say, I really don't care.
One day, do you think we'll see you versus Usyk?
Why not? Maybe.
No, there were reports yesterday about a Errol Spence fight at 164, and I don't know if you heard about it. Anything you want to say about that report?
No, nothing. Like I said before, I don't want to do things like that, right? In cash weight 164, why me? I don't need to do that.
But what if it's at 60?
168.
Canelo,
I don't need to do anything like that.
Canelo, people talk about, you've started the conversation that you could possibly become the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, but I've also even heard you're starting the conversation to also possibly be the best fighter of all time. Have you heard of that, and
No.
do you think that's possible?
No, look, I just try to do my best in boxing, and when I retire, we'll see. You never know, but I always try to do my best.
Canelo, you said that you had 3 jobs, that you fought for like 400 pesos. At what point did you reach a point where you didn't have 3 jobs? You could start taking less jobs, and then the boxing was actually
No,
making the money for you.
when Chepo say one day, Chepo say, hey, you don't need to work anymore. You need to be focused in boxing. And I say, yeah, but I need to work because I have a daughter and everything, right? I was 17, almost 18 years old, and Chepo say, no more work.
Wow. And so what did you do for money? Was that
En las paletas con mi papá, y le hacía las aguas a mi hermano, a 2 hermanos, y le ayudaba a mi papá.
so that's
Only ever had
go ahead. Okay. Oh, so at that moment, was he like taking care of you, or how was it? I mean, obviously you still needed money, but the fights were enough to pay off everything you need at that point?
No, but I fought like in 1 year I fought 14 times. So I have in 1 month I fought 3 times. So it's like a job, right?
Right. What's the job?
You've only ever had 1 career defeat, and that was to Floyd Mayweather early on in your career. How did that experience prepare you for the rest of your career and sort of give you that knowledge of what you're doing now is taking out this one?
No, I learned a lot, and the most important thing I learned from that, I don't want to lose anymore.
And Canelo, you said Charlo and Benavidez, they should be fighting each other in the ring, not out of the ring. They're fighting.
Every fighter. I don't not use them.
Yeah, and they're fighting Lemieux and Selecki next. What do you think of those fights? From Poland, that's who Charlo's fighting. He fought. Is that yeah, just your reaction to those fights?
I don't need to say anything. Guys, you need to, you like media, you need to see and look and what they do and what I do, right? It's different, big difference.
So obviously the crowd, the Mexican crowd is going to come out in full force. Cinco de Mayo as well. How special is it? I know you fought in front of your own crowd so many times, but what's it like? Just can you describe the feelings when you walk out to that crowd?
Yeah, no, it's very special for me. Always, all my fights, especially Cinco de Mayo weekends or September to Independence weekend. It's amazing feeling. Feel all that energy from Mexico is amazing.
And if you win, are you going to go out and celebrate?
I'm gonna win.
Are you going to celebrate with the fans out there?
Yeah, of course.
No, Jake Paul's made a lot of noise, especially last week.
Who?
Do you take any notice of him?
Who?
Jake Paul. Do you take any notice of him?
He said in 2 years.
The team I'm thinking about is why you guys asking me for that especially fight. Jake Paul, please guys.
I think some people would love it if you knock
maybe in 2 years, like he said, maybe in 2 years we can talk, but
because I think some people would love you for knocking him out. I think that's
maybe.
what they want.
Maybe yeah, you're right. Maybe that's why. But in 2 years we'll see, right? I hope he improved more and he do a really good job. Believe I say this and serious. I hope he doing really good job and improving boxing and it's fine.
He's got a good right hand.
Yeah.
Do you feel that his presence in boxing is a good thing for boxing, bringing eyes that
Everything
normally
is good.
wouldn't?
Everything is good for boxing. He bring more fans in boxing. Everything is good. Everything is fine.
Is he a little crazy though, saying the things he says, thinking that he could fight you?
No, it's not crazy. That is not crazy. It's fine and dreaming in something, right? You need to put goals in your mind and dream. It's okay.
But a little delusional, no? You've been doing this your whole life and he's been doing it for years.
like I say, it's good dreaming.